Hello, my dear students. Welcome to my science class. So, students, we were discussing the chapter Respiration in Organisms, and today we will discuss the third part of this chapter. In this part, we will discuss about the mechanism of respiration, the respiratory system of human beings, and its mechanism. So, let us start. How do we breathe? Let us now learn about the mechanism of breathing. Normally, we take in air through our nostrils. When we inhale air, it passes through our nostrils into the nasal cavity. From the nasal cavity, air reaches our lungs through the windpipe. Lungs are present in the chest cavity, and this cavity is surrounded by ribs on the sides. A large muscular sheet called diaphragm forms the floor of chest cavity. Breathing involves the movement of diaphragms and rib cage. During inhalation, ribs move up and outward and diaphragm moves down. This movement increases space in our chest cavity and air rushes into the lungs. Lungs get filled with air during exhalation. Ribs move down and inward, while diaphragm moves up to its former position. This reduces the size of chest cavity and air is pushed out of the lungs. These movements in our body can be felt easily. Now let us observe the human respiratory system first. So first of all, these are the nostrils, then comes the nasal passage or nasal cavity. This is your oral cavity, this is your mouth, and this is the oral cavity. Then they both meet here at the pharynx. Then there is trachea, which is a cartilaginous structure. Below the trachea divides into two bronchi. Then it bifurcates into two bronchi, and the bronchi further divide into bronchioles. These are the bronchioles, and at the end of the bronchioles there are the alveoli. This is the lung, which is protected by the ribs. These are our lungs. There are two lungs in our body which are present in the chest cavity. Chest cavity is also called as thoracic cavity, and these lungs are protected by the ribs. This is the diaphragm, which is a muscular membranous structure, and it also helps in breathing. So how do we breathe? When we inhale, that is when we take air inside the oxygen rich air, then what happens? These ribs move outward and this diaphragm moves down, and in this way the chest cavity, the size of chest cavity increases. Lungs expand because they have to accommodate air, and when we breathe out, that is when we exhale, the lungs are contracted so that air moves out, and for this contraction the ribs moves inward and the diaphragm moves upward. So this is the diagram how the mechanism of breathing occurs. First of all, air moves inside, air is drawn in, and for for accommodating this air, the lungs needs to expand, and for expansion it needs more area of chest cavity. For that, these ribs moves outward and diaphragm moves down, and when we exhale or when air is forced out, for that the ribs move inward or back and diaphragm also move upward or backward. So in this way they contract and the air is forced out from the lungs. तो जब हम इनहेल करते हैं तो क्या होता है, एयर अंदर आती है एंड एयर को ज़्यादा एयर के लिए हमारे लंग्स को जब साइज़ में उनका एरिया ज़्यादा होगा तभी वो एक्स्ट्रा एयर एब्जॉर्ब कर सकते हैं. इसके लिए क्या होता है, फर्स्टली जो रिब केज है, ये हमारा जो रिब केज है ये बाहर की तरफ मूव करता है, इट मूव्स आउटवर्ड बाहर की तरफ, एंड डायफ्राम नीचे की तरफ मूव करता है. तो इस तरह से हमारा जो ये चेस्ट कैविटी है उसका एरिया बढ़ जाता है और हमारे लंग्स को एक्सपैंड करने के लिए जगह मिल जाती है. एंड जब एयर को बाहर की तरफ फोर्स आउट करना है यानी एक्सेल करना है तो क्या होता है, ये रिब्स अंदर की तरफ मूव करती हैं और ये डायफ्राम जो है, जो कि एक मस्कुलर ऑर्गन है, ये ऊपर की तरफ मूव करता है और इस तरह से चेस्ट कैविटी का एरिया कम हो जाता है और वो लंग्स को ज़ोर से प्रेस करते हैं और इस तरह से एयर जो है बाहर की तरफ मूव करती है एंड इसको हम एक्सहेलेशन कहते हैं। तो फिर से हम ये रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम ऑब्जर्व करते हैं। ये हमारे नॉस्ट्रल्स हैं जहाँ से हम ब्रीथ करते हैं एंड दिस इज़ द नेज़ल पैसेज और नेज़ल कैविटी एंड ये नीचे हमारी ओरल कैविटी है, माउथ के बाद ये ओरल कैविटी का हिस्सा है। देन ये दोनों जहाँ मीट करते हैं, दिस इज़ दी थ्रोट और फैरिंग्स के बाद ये हमारा ट्रैकिया आता है। ट्रैकिया जो है कार्टिलेजिनस रिंग्स का बना हुआ होता है। वाई दिस कार्टिलेजिनस रिंग्स? ये कार्टिलेजिनस रिंग्स का फंक्शन क्या है? ये हमारे जो विंड पाइप है इसको कोलैप्स नहीं होने देता। अगर ट्रैकिया ना हो, ये कार्टिलेजिनस की रिंग ना हो, कार्टिलेज क्या होता है? जो हमारे नोज़ में एंड ईयर का में देयर इज़ नो बोन, यहाँ बोन नहीं होती है, हार्ड सब्सटेंस होता है विच इज़ अ कार्टिलेज एंड इसी कार्टिलेज का ये ट्रैकिया भी बना होता है। अगर ये ट्रैकिया ना हो तो हमारा विंड पाइप कोलैप्स हो जाएगा। ये जो ट्रैकिया है जब ये नीचे की तरफ मूव करता है, ये हमारी चेस्ट कैविटी में जब आता है तो ये दो पार्ट्स में डिवाइड हो जाता है। इनको हम क्या कहते हैं? ब्रोंकाई। ये जो दो ब्रोंकाई है दोनों एक एक लंग्स में जाते हैं एंड ये हमारे लंग्स है। इसको अगर हम कट करके, ये दो लंग्स है, लंग्स ऐसा एक बलून लाइक स्ट्रक्चर होता है जो कि रिब से प्रोटेक्टेड होता है। इसको अगर हम ऐसे कट करके देखें तो उसके अंदर हमें ये ब्रांचिंग दिखेगी इन ब्रोंकाई की। इनको हम कहते हैं ब्रोंक्यूल्स। ये जो ब्रोंक्यूल्स हैं इसके यहाँ एंड में छोटे छोटे से नॉब लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स होते हैं, इनको हम कहते हैं एल्वियोलाई। और जो ऑक्सीजन और कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड का चेंज होता है, एक्सचेंज होता है, इट अकर्स इन दी एल्वियोलाई, क्योंकि इन एल्वियोलाई के ऊपर बहुत सारे ब्लड वेसल्स होते हैं, जो कि ये जो ब्लड वेसल्स होते हैं यही क्या करते हैं? हमारे गैसियस एक्सचेंज में हेल्प करते हैं। एंड ये नीचे की साइड में ये डायफ्राम होता है, जिसका कि अभी मूवमेंट बताया कि जब ये नीचे की तरफ मूव करता है और रिब्स बाहर की तरफ मूव करती हैं तो इन्हेलेशन का प्रोसेस होता है। जब ये डायफ्राम ऊपर की तरफ मूव करता है अपवर्ड्स एंड रिब्स अंदर की तरफ मूव करते हैं, देन क्या होता है? एक्सहेलेशन का प्रोसेस होता है एंड द गैसेस मूव आउट। Now let us observe this through an animated series. So this is the human respiratory system. This is your nose and this is the nasal cavity and this is your oral cavity and this is your tongue. This is pharynx or throat. Here the nasal cavity and oral cavity, they combine. Then comes the next part, larynx or the voice box, and this is the esophagus or the food pipe. They are two separate, you can see the separation there. There are two separate pipes and this is the trachea. This is trachea, which is cartilaginous in structure, which divides into two bronchi and then it is further divided into bronchioles. These bronchioles have, at the end they have a knob like structure which is called as alveoli, and the lower surface is the diaphragm. Now the air moves inside through the nostrils and it comes here. Here there is an epiglottis. This structure is called as epiglottis. It is open, so the air moves through the trachea. When we eat food, whenever we eat food, this epiglottis closes and it does not allow the food to enter in the windpipe or the trachea, and it goes into the esophagus or the food pipe. So this epiglottis structure is very, very important. Now after the gases then move to the through the bronchi, move to bronchioles, and it goes, the air goes to the alveoli. These alveoli have a large network of blood vessels or capillaries. This is your alveoli, this is the blood vessel, and here the exchange of gases occurs. The carbon dioxide move inside the alveoli because it is waste product, and oxygen moves to the blood capillaries, and then this carbon dioxide is removed during the process of exhalation. So this is the mechanism of breathing. Now during the breathing process, the diaphragm moves down, inhalation, and exhalation, diaphragm moves up. There are some respiratory issues, like there's a few minor disorders of respiratory system and few major disorders. So in minor disorders are like common cold, you have influenza or flu, bronchitis. What happens in bronchitis? This is your normal blood vessel, normal bronchi, and this is the inflamed bronchi. You can observe the thickness. Here some inflammatory substances or infection causing substances accumulate inside, and because of that the diameter, the bronchi becomes narrower, and that is why the lung capacity or the amount of oxygen that is moved inside or which is expelled out is reduced. Now there are other there is one more disorder, pneumonia. What is pneumonia? In case of pneumonia, these alveoli are inflamed, and some fluid like substance, they start to accumulate in these alveoli, and what will happen? The exchange of gases which occurs in the alveoli will be affected. Now apart from that, there are few major disorders like chronic bronchitis. Chronic bronchitis is severe form of this bronchi, and in this it occurs due to smoking. Then there is emphysema. What is emphysema? So in case of emphysema, these alveolar walls break down and they merge together. Then we have lung cancer. In case of lung cancer, your lungs get affected, and it causes the respiratory system to collapse. That is why it is very important to have a balanced diet, proper exercise, and a pollution-free environment for a healthy respiratory system. Now, the air around us has various types of unwanted particles like smoke, dust, pollen, etc. When we inhale, the particles get trapped in the hairs present in our nasal cavity. However, sometimes these particles may get past the hair in the nasal cavity. This may irritate the lining of the cavity, as a result of which we sneeze. Sneezing expels these foreign particles from the inhaled air, and a dust-free, clean air enters our body. So why do we sneeze? We sneeze because sometimes what happens, the few unwanted particles, they enter our respiratory system, which cause an irritation in the inner lining of the nasal cavity, and because of that our body reacts to that, and in order to expel it out we sneeze, and although those foreign particles are expelled out along with the pressure which or the force through which comes in from inside our body. Now what do we breathe out? So we inhale air rich in oxygen, and we breathe out air which is rich in carbon dioxide. So in the next part we will discuss the amount and concentration of the different gases which we breathe in and which we breathe out. So till then, thank you students.